Hi guys, welcome to this video. Well, in this video we're gonna talk about based on presentation PowerPoint. Well, in this course I would like to give a brief introduction and let's say about Onnx, TensorRT and Docker, and as well as learn about some aspects about deep learning frameworks. So let's dive in slowly going through all the slides and to talk about the commands and communication protocols and how they are all intercorrelated with each other. So firstly, I would like to introduce you as a deep learning acceleration course. This course is a deep learning acceleration course. So in this course we're going to learn about open neural network exchange, which is nothing but Onnx first. So Onnx is nothing but in the model which which is already published by NVIDIA. So it's proposed to freeze our model and to make an inference, and it's doing better inferences and precise inferences. I would say that also accelerates on CPU, but in respect to raw models like with extension of PT-akka, which is nothing but checkpoints. So it's an amazing tool to convert our model into Onnx to make an inferences with OpenCV, with a Python API, with a C++ API, which are already available. So we're gonna see those in the next videos, in the next sections. Well, furthermore, we will be seeing some important aspects like Caffe2, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Keras, MXNet, Microsoft CNTK for only natural language processing. But for now, we are not going to talk. We will not be touching those aspects at all. But we will be talking about PyTorch, TensorFlow. So it's nothing but, as you can see in this section, we can see that TensorFlow, PyTorch and Keras are strongly correlated and strongly supported by Onnx, and it means that they are in bidirectional way. Pay attention, not in a unidirectional, but in bidirectional ways. They support each other. So any kind of extension model, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Keras, can be converted to Onnx, or from Onnx model can be converted to PyTorch, TensorFlow, and as well as Keras. Furthermore, I would like to produce you Onnx runtime, which is nothing but after installing Onnx runtime is nothing but tells but running your inference on GPU with a Python API particularly. Well, here as you can see that I also provided here CPU, GPU, and MPU. MPU is neural processing unit. FPGA. FPGA is something that we are not going to see those in this section or in this course because this is not our scope. But FPGA and neural processing unit are nothing but chip-based neural deep learning neural networks. So chip-based is nothing but developed on hardware but not on software. But CPU, GPU is nothing but hardware. So we have already software which is supportable for this hardware. So in this, as you can see that we have a CPU, GPU in a hardware level, and we have a Linux operating system or any kind of Mac for Mac users as well. So there is Onnx runtime here. So as you can see, then Onnx model is going to be talk with Onnx runtime is going to provide an API to Onnx model in order to upload and make an inference based on some models of MobileNet, ResNet, SqueezeNet, Caffe, Theano, Cackle, ImageNet, and TensorFlow. So it's nothing but it's going to tell you to make an inference on GPU but not on CPU. So operating system drivers communicate with Onnx libraries. With Onnx libraries, which are located in the kernel mode. Please pay attention on this. We're gonna see in more detail in the next sections. Well, after that, I would like to show you some other kind of diagram, which is nothing but here we can see that there are hardware level imagine that there is your computer, no, it's a hardware on your board, CPU, GPU, and if another kind of system like let's say FPGA or VPU is nothing but virtual processing unit, is nothing but it's allowing to run accelerated of OpenCV models, but it's not our scope of this video. So nothing, we are gonna talk about CPU, GPU. So as you can see here, in the hardware level we have a CPU, GPU, and on Onnx, and the kernel level we have Onnx runtime, and the library API library level we have Onnx, and deep learning frameworks finally located in the API levels. We're gonna see also in more detail in terms of software and hardware level and operating system in a computer, in which hierarchy level they are all located. Alright, so let's go forward. As you can see, this diagram also pretty similar to previous diagram. So or we can see also here a hardware platform, which is nothing but GPU, our interest in fact. No, so I would like to tell you that here hardware specific libraries and drivers is nothing but after GPU is nothing but hardware, so it's a hardware level. So after the hardware we have a hardware and drivers, which is nothing but kernel mode level. No, furthermore, if we would like to tell that execution providers like CPU, GPU, FPGA, and after that we have a backend here on Onnx runtime. You can see here, no, and our model is nothing but in a user interface level. It's nothing but user level. Alright, it's a library, so it's a library, it's the API level. Okay, it's the uppermost level of the diagram in the computer. Alright, it's a software level. So it's nothing but this is all about it was all about Onnx. In the next video we're gonna see what's TensorRT and how TensorRT is going to apply to deep learning models and how to accelerate them. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.